Hello and welcome to the first session of Being a Skill Ambassador and what it takes and everything that you require, the skills to upskill your life. I'm Dr. Dawood Waid, and this is a program that I've curated over the last half a decade, talking to schools, talking to students, and I'm so excited to bring it back to you so that you can improve the lives of some new students. You can enlighten some new schools and you can bring a change in your own life by being a Skill India Skill Ambassador. So, this is the first of the sessions that you will see in a series of 10 sessions combined. Sometimes you will see a physical one, you will see a combined session, but hopefully by the end of it, not only will you be certified, you can proudly say that you upskilled your life to the next level. Why are skills so important? What are skills? If I were to ask a basic question on the two ideas that why and what, let's take up the easier one. Why are skills so important? Well, LinkedIn, one of the most popular digital media, a social media that is for career professionals, for corporates, for entrepreneurs, for people like you and me, they say from LinkedIn learning that if you do not have the skills required, you probably will be obsolete. And life skills are the clear path to success in life. This is what LinkedIn has specifically mentioned, and you can take up any course. Skills are very, very vital. What we have done, and as a skill ambassador, one of the primary goals that we are looking, besides upskilling yourself, is to give schools this edge with a life skill program. So we're very clear. We are training ourselves not only to become better, but to make sure the schools across that we touch become better across. How are we going to do? We're going to do a series of events. In the planning, the roadmap that you see, you will find yourself learning about new skills from problem solving, decision making, which we'll talk about. You'll also talk about a skill called sales. Yes, something very important. You'll start learning about a word of education with a vocabulary that you're not familiar with. You'll also learn about something that Fortune 500 companies ensure that every of the employee and the presidents and the CEOs know, which is called the SDG, Sustainable Development Goals, or the global goals. So much to do in the world of skilling. So hopefully you got the answer. Why should I skill myself? These are the reasons you should skill yourself for survival, for success. Now, what skills are we talking about? Well, if you do a simple Google search or now maybe Bard or ChatGPT and just write skills required, you'll find all of these skills. Well, I just did a skill and I love this picture which says top 10 skills required for customer service. Listening, self control, positive attitude, conflict resolution, taking responsibility, a sense of humor. Well, did I write customer service or put for a successful marriage? Both are probably the same. But you see, skills are everywhere from good listening to good communication, from understanding to empathy, from self awareness to self control, even self defense and financial decisions. All of these are skills. So, where do I get my skills from? Well, to make it easy, we have decided to narrow it down for the skills that have been prescribed under the NCF, National Curriculum Framework. Remember, I told you I'll teach you new vocabulary. So, this is a vocabulary. Make a note of it. The NCF is National Curriculum Framework, and NCF has prescribed some skills. Even if you look at a combination, it may list up to 100 skills. So, from the 100 skills, we've narrowed it down to 10 core skills that you should require. And these are not suddenly my team came up and said, okay, this is good, let's take this skill. No, these are skills listed by WHO. Who? Yeah, who? World Health Organization. After the COVID, everybody knows WHO. The 10 skills that WHO and United Nations said are pivotal, important, are the skills you and I will be learning and teaching throughout the course and the curriculum for the schools. So hopefully we answered the two most important questions. We didn't beat around the bush. Why should I skill myself and what skills are we requiring? And this is the simple one slide answer to everything you want to know. Skills are the new currency of the 21st century. Oh, did somebody tell you it was crypto? No, thanks to bitcoins and what is it, doggy memes? No, we are not looking at doggy coins and all of these. We're looking at skills. Trust me, In 200 years, when everything will be machine learning or artificial intelligence, skills will remain. So were the skills 200 years back or a few thousand years back. Whenever humanity, people existed, survival skills, learning skills, curious skills are all going to be there. What we are doing is, as a proud member of Golden Sparrow Skills, this is the organization that brings this course. We are now a TP, training partner with Skill India program. Right? So we are looking at Kaushal Bharat, Kushal Bharat. We are looking at Skilled India and a Happy India, and the Skill India program, which was prescribed as another beautiful thing, NEP. What did we say? NCF, National Curriculum Policy, and now we are saying NEP, National Education Policy. NCF, National Curriculum Framework. Remember, these are the only jargons I'm going to use. And NEP is National Education Policy, which has made it mandatory, compulsory for every school to implement the skill program. Now, India is a large country. There is urban, semi-urban, rural, there are districts, there are different. So implementing an NEP would take up few years, maybe a decade. But we are the first movers, and that's an advantage we have. We'll reach out to schools, we'll tell them, look, become a part of this amazing dream of making India skillful, and you are being part of it. And for that, we'll be looking at local, National Skill Development Corporation, so that is NSDC. And what we have done is we have created a curriculum. This is a pilot that we did for the last half a decade. And this curriculum is called Sky, and the specific book is called Candle. So these are the vocabularies that you will learn as we do the Skill India program. Fair. Now, one of the skills I promised to teach you during the course of this entire thing, and we've started learning, jumping deep dive into it, is a course on sales. A lot of us fail to understand that selling is a basic human trait. Selling is something which comes naturally. Somehow we are afraid. It suddenly is that word like the Voldemort that should not be spoken. No. One of my favorite authors, Daniel Pink, in his book To Sell is Human, and every time you hear me speak, you will find a book reference. He mentions a word called EdMed. He says there are two recession free industries, two industries of growth, two industries that will bring revolution are ed, education, and medical. Well, we saw that schooling can stop, but learning cannot stop during the COVID, and we saw more and more medical facilities required during the entire wave, right? So we are saying that why not, since we are in the field of education, and hopefully we'll reach out and skill people, why not teach ourselves this? Now, I spoke a little of med. I'm not a doctor by any way, just a doctor, an honorary doctor by my work in education, but I can teach you something about medicine. Fair. This is what I want to teach you. In today's world, there are three different kind of prospects that we need. There are vitamins that you take for good health, the medicines that you take if you fall ill, and then there is a vaccine you take when there is a pandemic like situation and it's mandatory and compulsory, and you stand up in queue to get the certificate because either you want to travel or you just want to be safe. Where does skill fall into? Is it a vitamin? Is it a medicine, or is it a vaccine? Medicine is something that you take reluctantly, perhaps when you're ill, when you don't want it, but you still end up taking it. But how often do we take up skill program in our schools, in our colleges for ourselves? Well, so English, math, science, languages, board exams are all medicine. You have to do it. You take it, and that's about it. Skills, curricular activity, arts, humanities, public speaking, so many things that we do are all vitamin. It looks good, nice to take. It builds up my health, builds up my immunity. But well, if I'm not reminded, if it's too expensive, fair enough, I won't do it. I read a quote which says, if you think education is expensive, try ignorance. It's free. And you end up paying the price of ignorance for the rest of your life. So, our role as skill ambassadors is to convert this skill from vitamin segment to becoming a vaccine. It is that mandatory vaccine every child and all of us must require. Skills like problem solving, stress management. Oh, for the life of me, it takes life away. Problem solving. Yes, we need to solve every single, from a flat tire to booking a flight, from managing your emotions, empathy, public speaking, communication, decision making. 10 skills that I can talk about. We have a session on it. These are so vital that from vitamin, let's make it vaccine. And this is my goal during the program, during the course, during the sales training, during my school visits. I'll be campaigning, shouting, evangelizing that skills are vaccine, no more vitamins. As we always do, we had a small session, the first of it. I hope you got bombarded with jargon, but you understood, you enjoyed it, you learned a lot of things from NCF, from NEP, from Skill India, from the difference between vitamin to vaccine, to a book that I definitely recommend to sell as human. Here is a small game. Every time we do it, the book Candle has amazing games. So when we teach somebody something, we say, hold on, what do I teach at the end of it? What is my practical demonstration of a skill program? So this is a technique we teach in a book called Yellow, right? Called the Pomodoro technique. Now, Pomodoro is a Spanish word. Perhaps it comes from pomegranate or a tomato, but irrespective, looks like a mixture of two. It means setting up your time limits. So we play the game. We have a book with us when we do this program. And when we say that this is how you teach your life, you learn it, you have blocks that you focus on, non-interruption, and then you have smaller time of breaks. So this is how a Pomodoro works. And we teach students how to work. So Pomodoro could also be a timer. It could be a mobile alarm. It could just be a mental note. It could be telling somebody that I'm not to be disturbed. And this is what we did. I had a friend in college who followed the Pomodoro by telling others to tie him tightly to his chair. And only after half an hour he would shout, and then we will never come and untie him. Poor guy. He ended up topping the college, and he said it's because of you guys I ended up spending 2 hours instead of 1 hour studying, and then that's what happened to happen. But well, a simple Pomodoro is what we teach a child. What would you like to do in your break? Take a shower, eat some snack, go out and for a walk, listen to music, do doodling, play a small game, whatever, but do not do it until you have 25 minutes chunk of time dedicated. Facebook, if you read about Mark Zuckerberg, they had Pomodoro. They had partying going on, but the people who are coding would be coding continuously, intently for a period of time. And this is what we call the focus work. Where in life, focus is very important. In life, focus will take you from one point to point B. And our dream is that focus. And I want you to focus with me as we go on our skill journey. Hope you enjoyed the journey. Hope you are with me along the way. And thank you so much for taking the first step to be a skill ambassador. There is more to come, more to learn, and more to conquer. All the best. Good luck. Bye bye.